So first of all, we're going to relax our shoulders and take a big breath in and open up our hands above our head. And really what you want to do is make sure that you're pointing your middle finger down into the crown of your head and pouring energy into the crown of your head. And we're going to move our hips in a circular fashion, rotating as we go. And going the opposite way. So this is where we're going to focus our attention on our upper body while we are concentrating on our lower body. But most of all, what I would like you to do is do circles with your hands that are symmetrical. Working the hands together helps you keep your right side and your left side of your brain working as one in unison. So the first mudra or hand motion that we're going to do is pushing our hands away from us. We're going to always use our index finger as a guide to take the energy out of the palms of our hands and into the center of the room. So I'd like you to focus on one finger at a time, closing the finger and opening the finger while keeping your thumb at sort of like the thumbs right up, thumbs okay, but using your index finger as a guide. And practice one finger at a time. Give each finger tension and relaxation. So tension and relaxation. Tension, relaxation. This will keep your brain functioning. It'll also help your body coordinate the right and the left hemisphere. And so when I go down with one hand, I come up with the other. So what I want you to do is up with your left, down with your fingers, up with your right, and then down with your fingers. So you can move your wrists up and down. And this takes a little bit of coordination. As you can see, it is almost like a dance that you do with your fingers. Almost like pages turning or a turnstile. And so when I go down, I want to come up. When I go down, I want to come up. When I go down with my right, I come up with my right. I lead with my index finger. So trying that, leading and doing the opposite. So up and down, opposite hand, opposite finger. So you have to practice just with one hand first of all. So that's what it looks like. Coordinating that motion, and then closing your hand, coordinating the other hand, up and down, up and down. So go slow, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, index, middle finger. And then you will get to the point where one hand up, one hand down, one hand up, one hand down, one hand up, one hand down. And it looks like magic. It looks like I'm passing one finger into the other hand, or I'm passing grains of sand from one hand to the next. And you open and close. So it's really about turning the wrists down and then turning the wrist up, turning the wrist down, turning the wrist up. Like you're pouring from your right into your left is then pouring into the right. And now relax your fingers, relax your hands, really allow your hands to relax and just sort of stretch your thumbs, stretch your fingers, stretch the palms of your hands, stretching, that's a good stretch. Stop. And take a moment to just stretch the back of your hands so your hand is at a 90-degree angle. Stretching helps because you're moving muscles that you didn't know you had, and you're really electrifying your hands, invigorating the hands, animating the hands. The hands become part of your dance, and your fingers tell a story. Your fingers are doing the walking, so to speak. And so your fingers frame your face, they frame your movements, they frame your head gestures. When you put your head in the above your hands, when your hands are above your head, your hands frame everything about you. And so you want to keep that nice hourglass shape. You want to keep your hands together. Sometimes you can also lock your thumbs together. That also helps. And doing that motion, it frames the head. Side to side, side to side, back and forth, keeping the hands in one position, it's hard to do, but it's really important. So upper body, hug your hands into your back. Try to touch your scapula or the back of your shoulder blades. Again, hugging and rotating your shoulders back, swimming your shoulders back, feeling the energy sort of rushing down your body, rushing down your spine, and feel that tension. The next thing we want to do is practice a 45-degree angle with our hands, hands out to the side or hands right at our sides. And what we're going to do is pull back. So pull back, and you're squeezing your back muscles together and lifting your chest. So this is just going to bring forward the chest muscles, and at the same time you're keeping your elbows locked, not intensely but locked, so that you're just working the back muscles. You're just working the muscles between the scapula or those shoulder blades, and the shoulder blades are pulling together. You're keeping your upper body quiet and still, and you're pulling back. And what that does is, again, it's another exercise to open up your muscles, open up the channels, open up your hands, and bring energy down. And then we're going to pull in the energy, and we're going to bring it down. We're going to pull in the energy, bringing it down. And we can pull in the energy, bringing it down. Pulling it in and bringing it down. You're going to feel it to your feet. Really want you to embody the energy into your feet, bringing it into your body and pushing it down. Bringing it into the front of your body and pushing it down. Pushing that energy in and down. In and down. You want to become a wave in the ocean. Pulling that wave in, pulling that energy into your body, into your energy body, pulling it in, and pull, and feel it go all the way down to your toes, and shake your hands. Shake, 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 shake. Let that go, let that go, let that go, let that go, and open your heart. This is kind of a heart opening. Allow whatever's in your heart to be let go of and freed from the constraints of your personality, of time and place. You're just going to be a dancer. You're just going to be opening up to this energy, the dance. So, warming up the hands, warming up the shoulders. The next movement that we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, place it on our right shoulder, and what we want to do is really move the shoulder forward without moving the arm. So we don't want the arm to move so much as just the shoulder shrug. And I want to really take the palm of my hand and then the shoulder joint. I really want to impress it into, like I was making a fossil. I just want to impress that into my shoulder without moving my head too much. Just impress upon my hand the shoulder. What I love about this is that it helps to isolate the muscles that you need for your shoulder shimmy. And that shoulder shimmy is really relaxing and loosening up all the joints and all the muscles. And you're going to do the same thing with your right hand, placing it on your left shoulder. And you want to really bring that hand closer and bring it in towards you and in towards that hand, without moving your head too much. I know I'm trying to talk and do two things at once. And so what that will look like is eventually right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. And you will have a movement that kind of is very relaxed and at peace with the upper body. You're making peace with the upper body. So it takes time. I'd like you to practice this in front of a mirror, take your video, practice this movement in front of the mirror, and you're gonna see yourself moving without your head bobbing up and down, and you're gonna isolate the shoulder muscles. And this is the shoulder shimmy. And the shoulder shimmy is beautifully done. You can have your hands lower, hands above, and when you're resting on two lovely support people at either side, and they're supporting you. And that is the shoulder shimmy. So yeah, if you're finding that your shoulders are tight, just really relax them, loosen them up. Hands above our head, and we're going to take our hands, interlock them, and we're going to stretch with the heel of our left hand up, stretching as far as we can, and then now going with our right palm up, as far as we can go, and our left palm up. Nice movement there, and shoulders. You can feel that energy into your spine. I want you to just do some hip circles or shoulder. So move the shoulders and then move the hips and just sort of ground that energy down into your hips and your hip joints. And we're going to move that energy slowly into our hips. So bending at the knees bent, and we're going to take that energy forward to the left, or to your right, right and back, over to the left, to the front, to the side, to your right side, to your back, left side, front, right side, back, left. So we're doing an oval or a circle. We want to really control that, so we bring in the energy. And we're integrating that energy that we've just sort of risen up from our hands down to our pelvis. And we're going to go back down the opposite direction, letting that energy go back down to the earth. And we're going to try to make little circles now, just little tiny circles. Keeping our upper body quiet, just moving the hips. And that's great. I want you to just shake that out. Shake hips, shake everything about. You can do some shimmies, you can relax your hands, and remember, when we have our fingers, we'd like to point the energy into the crown of our head. That is sending energy and information, or chi, into our crown chakra. And then we want a nice elongated spine, erect spine, because the next work that we're going to do is on our back, and we're going to do raising energy. So it's important that we get our upper hands and our upper body open, working with all of our channels. So the other thing you can do as well is wrist circles. Wrist circles are helpful. You can make two fists, kind of like fist bumps. But what I want you to do is circle with your knuckles, You could also do figure eights. And then opposite. And just feel if there's any tension anywhere. Oh, yeah. So spinal column, getting all the movement in. So I'm just shoulder rolling back. And I'm kind of doing a Maya. So that's right hip up, right hip down, left hip up, left hip down. So I'm walking on, maybe you could say, crushing grapes, or moving my hips back and forth. But that's what I want to do with my hips and my hands, my wrists, almost together, and then hands on your hips and bending down. Okay, so we'll see you in the next video.